Yo, good morning, everybody. It is, well, we're going to call it Taco Tuesday because everybody knows it is Taco Tuesday. It is Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday.
Yeah, it feels like
I lost track of time.
Feels like Thursday.
When you start doing longer fasts, you kind of have a little bit of a momentary lapse of time frame. For me, it is, at least. Every day feels kind of like Friday. But anyway, welcome to the undisclosed backyard that we often do talks in lives. Jill's camera is on over there, and it's a little bit crooked, and she has a rock jimmying it up, which is absolutely hilarious. And it reminds me of the time when I was a little kid and I used to watch pro wrestling on channel 34 from Binghamton at 11:15 on Saturday nights, and I would stack a bunch of books and pillows up to put an aerial on to get the reception.
Oh, yeah, like one of the antennas.
The bow tie things, yes.
Yeah, those things are awesome. The rabbit ears.
Yeah, do you remember using those?
I do. Oh my gosh, yes. And it
Fully
would be
lit
like,
up.
go hit the TV. No, you go hit the TV. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
That was hysterical.
No remotes back then. So
Anyway.
we want to give you guys kind of an update as to what's been going on. So my longest fast to date was 24 hours. I have made it 36 hours. And
Softly, this is my bad arm. Thank you.
I didn't eat the whole day before pretty much my fast started, so I went into it a little wonky.
I was going to say, I have to interject after you're done with this, but go ahead.
I went into it a little wonky and had chicken and rice and vegetables and all this stuff set up for me to eat for my last meal of my fast, and I actually ended up eating like 2 bites of watermelon for right before my fast, which
It's actually not a bad food to go into a fast with.
It wasn't, but I bet I probably had about 200 calories the day before my fast. So I feel like, so this morning I needed something, and it wasn't a matter of, I don't know, I don't mind failure. So
Actually, this is a really good lesson for you.
Yeah.
And the lesson I'm about to teach everybody right now. That is called dropping the ego. You did the right thing. So you came into this fast a little wonky and like kind of sick. I remember you had like nausea and a couple things going on that day. Mm-hmm. You kind of came in there limping.
Yeah, I was.
I wouldn't expect you to throw for 600 yards and 6 touchdowns coming into a game limping.
Nope.
And if you can give me one half of football, I'd be happy with that. And you gave one good solid half.
Mm-hmm. I did.
And this is called dropping the ego. And this is what you have to understand about fasting, everyone out there. For those of you that are still fasting with the 48 game plan like we originally said we were going to do, that's great. Keep on trucking. I'm at 40 plus hours right now. I'm feeling amazing. My energy is through the roof. My brain function is through the roof. My eyesight is through the roof. My ability to concentrate is crystal clear right now, and I feel fantastic. However, I'm a seasoned veteran at this game, and Jill's never gone this long before, and she came in there a little bit beaten up, so to speak. So if you ever get into a position where you're behind the 8 ball like that and you feel uncomfortable and you're trying to hit 48 hours and you've never gone like 36 before, and you're at 24 and you're breaking down, then just eat something. Drop it. Look, you've got years of life ahead of you. You got plenty of time to build your way back up to a 48-hour fast. If you've never fasted in your life and you try to do a 48-hour fast, you're going to fail.
Sometimes one of the biggest problems with people is the unknown. And, well, how am I going to feel? How am I going to be able to do this? How am I going to be able to do that?
Yep.
And so I remember years ago when I started doing cleanses, like those those 30-day cleanses out of the box, which I don't do anymore, but
Yep.
I would buy 2 boxes because I would have the trial box and I would have the real box. And the trial box, I would go through and I would do it, and I would mentally figure out what my holdups were going to be, what my roadblocks were going to be, how I was going to feel throughout the day. And so I do kind of like a really light program with it. And then I would get over all the unknowns. I would answer all those questions for myself. So then when I did go into it, I was like, oh, I've already hit these roadblocks. I've already hit these unknowns. And I would sail through these 30-day cleanses. And I had a great time with it. One of the things I was telling Kevin this morning is during this fasting time, I haven't wanted to talk to anybody. I haven't wanted to be social.
Yeah, we were talking about this morning.
And thank goodness my kids have been on vacation because I haven't had to be a mom and preparing meal after meal after meal. So all you moms out there that are doing this, I applaud you. My goodness, I can only imagine how hard it is. I had a friend invite me to a barbecue. I'm like, I can't do that. I've been writing out recipes for this.
Ironically,
I know. I have
for a
probably
forthcoming project
about,
we have going on.
Yes, we have a huge project coming out, and these recipes are so awesome. They are mine, tried and true from my kitchen.
Amazing.
Kevin's going to add some of his too. But anyway, so I've been working with food for hours and hours and hours. So anyway, I applaud myself for going 36 hours. Some of the things that I've noticed that are kind of crazy. Last night at 6:30, I had to get up from my computer, and I was sluggish. I was tired. I hadn't had much food. Obviously, I hadn't had any food, and I went for a run. I didn't tell you this morning.
You didn't tell me.
I went for a 30-minute run last night, and
Wow.
I could have gone for 4 hours.
Really?
I had so much energy, but I didn't want to go past that point of needing to be super hungry and
Right.
having to eat something.
That's exactly
so I came
what you have to be
home and
careful
I showered and did a bunch of stuff and went to bed. exactly what you had predicted. I slept like a rock. I hadn't
Good.
been sleeping the past few nights. I slept like a rock. And then I woke up and did my workout this morning, and I usually will do like a minute of jump rope and a minute of battle rope and a minute of jump rope, minute of battle rope. Do that a couple times for my warm up. I looked on the clock after 25 minutes. I had been doing 2 minutes of jump rope and 2 minutes of battle rope. I mean, not even getting even a lick of fatigue. Then I went into my arm workout, and I can usually do, 20 reps with the 15 or 20 pound dumbbells. I was getting 25 reps. Had zero effects of failure. I could not believe how strong I was in my workout this morning. I'm going to be so sore tomorrow because I've really pushed it.
I don't know. I think you might not be sore.
And then my farts smell like vomit.
Well, that's a little TMI, but okay, we'll go with that.
Okay, I just don't want to be around people today if that's the way it's going to be.
I want to backtrack to the thing about being in isolation.
Yeah.
And I want to talk also about the effects of why you had so much power today. So first of all, once you hit about 12 hours of fasting, your HGH levels start to rise. When you're deep into the fast, 19, 20, 24 hours, 36, HGH it's like 300% higher than normal. So you're gonna definitely recognize an effect in your workouts with that, a strength component. What you're gonna recognize also, what I recognize is my aerobic capacity is much lower on my second day. This morning when I did my sprint intervals, I had to dial them back a little bit in intensity and in time frame. Overall though, I worked out for an hour and 20 minutes. And I all of a sudden looked at my watch and said, holy cow, an hour and 20 minutes have gone by already. And I got into that zone, and what ends up happening is your stomach is empty completely for over a day. So any kind of like elephant standing on your chest feeling, you're not gonna have it. You're not gonna have stomach cramps. You're not gonna have any kind of stomach discomfort whatsoever when you get into like a second day of a fast and you're working out.
Yeah.
And we don't suggest doing high intensity workouts after one day of fasting. I don't suggest it if you've never done that before. And again, we've kind of built ourselves up to this because we always work out in a fasted state, so our bodies are adapted to it. By the way, geese are starting to fly south for the winter, FYI.
Oh my gosh.
And it's still summer.
I know. Well, summer is, I mean, you have to put summer in quotes.
Yeah, out
Utah.
here. Yeah, we get about 3 months if we're lucky.
Yeah, it could change at any given time.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a lot of physiological things that happen when you're working out in a fasted state. And the longer a fast goes, you should definitely scale back. So if I was to do a 4-day fast like I did last month, tomorrow's workout and the day after that would be much less intense than today's and yesterday's. Usually on a 2-day fast, I can hammer the pace 2 days in a row and I'm totally fine. But everyone is individual on that. It's different between every single person in the world. Just remember that the longer you go, the more scaling back you should do on your workouts. Now, she mentioned something about not wanting to talk to anybody. So I feel when I do a 2-day fast even or a 4-day fast, training people, driving around to places, meeting people, doing sessions and doing different things is absolutely, it kills me. I struggle so mightily, it's unbelievable, and I can't really explain why. The easiest conditions for me would be to just sit at home, get up in the morning, work out, just drink water, eat sea salt, and read, or do work on my computer or something like that, and not have to see anyone, talk to anyone, do anything. The time passes by a lot faster. It's a lot easier. I don't know why. It's just very taxing on my mind and brain and body when I have to train people and show them how to do exercise and stuff in the afternoon. I don't know if you felt that yesterday.
I agree completely. Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't that bad for all my morning appointments yesterday, and I even had an afternoon appointment. It was fine. I was really concerned. About my appointments this morning because I have such specific populations that I work with on Tuesdays and Thursdays that it's not a normal level of care that I need to give. It goes above and beyond.
Gotcha.
And so I was worried about how I was going to be able to A, explain things if I stuttered over my words, or B, my patience level. Which is why I don't want to do long fasts when my kids are around, because I don't want to snap at them because I'm hungry. That's just not fair to anybody. So anyway, not that I would ever snap at a client, but I wanted to make sure that I was on game for these people today.
Well, the interesting thing, and this is a big reason why I love fasting so much, is after a certain point in time, my mood goes through the roof. And basically what happens is all of your hormones start to flatten out and balance out. So blood sugar is balanced, insulin is low, ghrelin and leptin are balanced. You get a little bit of a spike of hunger here and there. I was telling Jill this morning I had like 2 hunger spikes yesterday, and that was it. And the second one occurred last night after I brushed my teeth. And mint has a tendency to spike your appetite. But a lot of you don't recognize that because usually you eat a meal, you're full, you brush your teeth, you go to bed or you do whatever. But if you just brush your teeth during a fasting state, it gives you a little bit of it's kind of like an artificial sweetener or an all-natural non-calorie sweetener. It can give your body a sense of sweetness without an actual calorie coming into your system, which can spike your ghrelin levels. So I know that from experience, and that happened to me last night. But I laid on the couch and I was watching 2.5 Men, which I've been gotten addicted to lately because it's in syndication, and I got really hungry. But my backpack was in the other room with my sea salt in it, and I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna lay here and I'm just gonna deal with the hunger. I just chugged a little bit of water, hunger disappeared, and that was fine. I went to bed, I slept like a rock. I woke up this morning, my arm has not felt this good since the day I had the accident. I noticed like a lot more extension today. The pain threshold is almost gone. When I flex it like this, it's a lot less pain, a lot less restriction. So I already know like the effect of the inflammation coming down in my body is really kicking in right now, and I'm super stoked about that. And there was one more thing I told Jewel about this morning that I find interesting. When I do a 2-day fast, there's really no point in time where you absolutely know that you're hitting autophagy. So I always look for signs.
Oh, this is cool.
The signs that I feel are like, I could feel my brain function changing. I feel my like energy levels changing. I feel a lot of things.
Just to back up, guys, autophagy is cell sloughing.
Yes.
So because there's a couple reasons why people fast, for the weight loss aspect, and then for all the other big heavy hitters that Kevin's talking about: hormones, inflammation, HGH. I mean,
boosting your immunity, boosting your
immune. I mean,
brain function, reducing aging, reducing the effects of aging. It's really good for your skin as well.
Yes, and I mean, these are all things that as we age, we've just mentioned about 6 things. I'm sure one of these 6 things pops in your head during the day.
Yeah,
whether
I'm
it's
sure.
inflammation, pain, hormones, digestion, skin, all this stuff. These are things that we're thinking that. And so what Kevin's trying to show you here is this fasting is really kind of the key to these things. But what he's going to talk about right now is this autophagy, this sloughing off of dead cells, toxic
mitochondrial
cells.
waste, it's often called, or cell disposal, or something like that. Sometimes people call it. So basically, your body goes through a mitochondrial process on the inside, and it produces cells that are inflammatory, if you will, or everyone's heard of free radicals. Well, free radicals clump together and they cause damage to the system. They increase your risk for disease. They increase your risk for dementia, Alzheimer's, diabetes, cancer. The list goes on and on. Everything, joint inflammation, arthritis, you get it, you name it. It's out there. Now, when you do a fast, during about the 40-hour mark is when your body goes into a state of autophagy, where it starts taking these dead, crappy cells that clump together and cause problems, and it utilizes those for energy, because your body is a smart organism. It's not stupid. And that's how you survive through a fast. Your hunger actually comes down, and you go into autophagy. And when that happens, that's when the marvelous stuff starts to occur. Because when you come out of your fast, you get a massive stem cell dump, and a massive healing occurs in your system as well. So if you have nagging injuries, that's why I suggest fasting. I had an injury. I did a 4-day fast last month. I'm doing a 2-day fast now. That is going to expedite my healing curve by, I'm guessing, 2 weeks, if not more. My healing is going to be that much shorter. Now, you don't really have a... We were trying to do the blood sugar test this morning to see where our ketone levels were, but she couldn't get her tester to work. We were gonna do that live on the air because I thought it would have been fun. Now, anywhere between like 1 and 3 is like a healthy keto range for those of you who do keto diets, or those of you that follow fasting and are really strict with it. Other than checking your blood sugar, there really is no way to really tell if you're in autophagy other than the way your body feels. Like right now, I feel like I'm really hitting it, and I'm really in ketosis right now. But one thing I have noticed, whenever I do these longer fasts, the first day I do a fast, I drink a lot of water, more than normal, because it's the only thing I'm having, and my pee is clear all day long. And then usually right before I go to bed, I notice my urine starts getting a little discolored, kind of like tea. And this might be TMI for all of you, but remember, we pull no punches on the Jill and Kevin show. So today I woke up, and I've peed like twice today only, and it's been the color of tea the whole time. So that tells me that could be right there, my indicator that I am hitting autophagy, because my body is purging. It's going deep into the purging of contaminants or toxins out of my system. And I mean, I eat clean.
Yes, indeed you do.
I just had a junk call coming in. I don't know how, because I'm on the no call list and my phone is on do not disturb. But anyway, that's the big story with autophagy, and that's the signal that I look for.
So, guys, let's go back to this anti-aging. Okay, anybody want to age before their time? Raise your hand. Nobody's raising their hand. This is such a simple practice for anti-aging, for your skin, for your muscles, for your body. I mean, Kevin doesn't look like he's 47. Let's look at the reality here.
I don't feel like it. I feel like I'm 21.
Do you really?
I feel like it, yeah.
I definitely feel like I'm in my early 30s.
I would say 25.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank
Mid-20s.
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Some days look like I'm 55.
Except when on your bike, you're like a Olympic 18-year-old from
but
like
I'm getting stronger
Yugoslavia
every
or something.
year, and I think it's these little tips and these little tricks.
It's the little things.
It's the little things that add up to create a longer lasting body structure, a longer lasting mind function. I mean, there's a lot of there was a lot of mind function that had to go in
Oh yeah.
to not eating for 36 hours. It's a surrender.
It is.
It's a sacrifice. I always fast for 24 hours on my brother's birthday, which is coming up next week. So I will be doing another 24-hour fast, which everybody is welcome to do with me. I do it in honor of suicide awareness.
That's awesome.
Yes.
You to do that.
So
That's awesome.
every August 16th, it's actually my brother's birthday and my father's birthday. And so every year for the past 3 years since my brother has died, I have done a 24-hour fast. So if anybody wants to jump on board for that, you're welcome to do that too. But just going beyond that 24 mark is pretty huge. So anyway,
Yeah.
I should applaud myself and not,
You should.
take the ego away.
Yeah, and I would go into that one better prepared than this last
Oh
time.
gosh, yes, I'm gonna go.
And definitely try to finish as early as you can in the afternoon. Like right now, I know that I'm going to be able to eat at 4:21 today. I have it memorized.
Yeah.
And knowing that I'm going to eat tonight, I'm excited. And I was considering doing another 4-day fast this week, but I'm not. I'm only going to do 2 because I don't want to get too obsessed. Because my back,
No.
my eating disorder background and stuff like that.
No.
But there was something I wanted to add about the reversing aging. Anytime, well, actually not anytime. Let's just throw this out there. I would say if you're 40 plus, you should really start thinking of changing the game, and you can change it big time. 40 is not the new 30. 40 can be the new 20, in my opinion. It's like when you get your body fat adapted and you start doing fasting and time restricted eating, those are game changers. And it doesn't matter if you're doing a keto diet, a paleo diet, a balanced diet, caveman diet, carnivore, I don't care what you call it or what you do it. You can get into ketosis, you can reverse the aging process. The underlying fact with every diet plan out there, in my opinion, is eat clean, healthy food, eat things that you can pronounce, try to avoid the chemicals and pesticides, try to avoid GMOs, try to eat as healthy as you can at all times, and build that into a fasting window of some kind. And I'm telling you this for the 40 plus crowd out there. If you want to age gracefully, forget gracefully. If you want to sail through old age and be rock solid at 70 and still have all your hormones in check, you can do it. You can do it through the medium of fasting and the right foods and the right time frames in which you eat as well. I promise you that. So that's my last plea to you. Have we rambled on long enough?
Yeah, we gotta go. I have to go to work.
All right, we gotta go.
Okay.
This is Killer K-Rail, and this is
Jill Molshon.
Jill Sergeant Molshon.
Jill Sergeant Molshon. I'm gonna give the double guns today.
I'll give the double guns too, because my left arm is getting better and I'm excited about it.
Love it.
All right,
Have a
enjoy
great
your
day,
Tuesday,
guys.
everybody.
Happy Tuesday.
Talk
It
to
feels
you
like
soon.
a Thursday. See you soon. Baboon.